don't necessarily be flashy in my position. You just kind of got to get the job done. And that's kind of what I pride myself on as I've began this next step.
Well, Joe, you're one of the top offensive linemen in this year's NFL draft. So could you tell us what makes you stand out from the other talents in this position?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is my size with my athletic ability. I think I have a unique ability to mirror defensive ends and pass pro with my feet, but also use my length to my advantage, and being able to strike guys and kind of getting into their body before they can get into mine. And then also I think, what I kind of always have prided myself on my hard work. I think I work extremely hard and try to outwork anybody else I'm, going to play against or play with. So that's kind of the things I think that set me apart.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a list of things, but what's one really important thing about being an offensive tackle that no one really thinks about when you're talking about that position, or something that people don't see unless you're actually playing it?
Yeah, the biggest thing that I like to focus on is, the film study of the game and understanding who you're going against. There's definitely little tips and tricks that watching a defensive end in their film and seeing what they do and how they align can really help you as an offensive tackle and kind of predict what they're going to do in that next play. So I think that's the biggest thing that I kind of look for. That's kind of little tips and tricks that I use.
Yeah. Has there ever been any NFL player that you've tried modeling your game after? And if so, what are some of those traits about them that you also try and incorporate into your play?
Yeah, I've modeled my game after two players, one being Lane Johnson, one being Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas is a guy who I really like to watch his pass setting. He has the ability to mix up his pass sets between jump setting guys and getting on them early, and then setting vertically smart with his guard on third down and understanding when to use which one and how to kind of take an offensive approach on an offensive line to the defense to get out of their routine. And then Lane Johnson, I'll take his mental approach to the game and how he looks at the snap count, views it. He's always, the first guy off the line of scrimmage. And I've always, said if you win that first second, you have a much better chance of winning that play. And I think he kind of emulates that very well in his game.
For sure. You come from a family of athletes, including your father, former Chief John Alt. So how involved in your football journey has he been?
He's been there every step of the way. My dad is the most important person when it comes to me as a man and as a football player. He's allowed me to grow and taught me so many things on and off the football field. And he's been, the guy I call to first with any issue because he has, usually has an answer, has a way for me to look. So my dad's been very important to me through this process.
Yeah. I'm sure you can agree with me on this just a little bit, but I feel like today's NFL requires players in any position to have this flashy, instant favorite vibe about them. Do you think that the league has somewhat forgotten about the importance of game managers and players who can do it all well without also being flashy? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do get what you're saying. I'm definitely not a flashy guy. That's not who I am. I'm try to kind of do my job and kind of old school in that facet. My dad always talked about, if you're on the TV, you're doing a good job in game. That's kind of what I try to do myself, is just kind of do your job and, be, like you said, working the game, playing the game in and out, and don't necessarily be flashy in my position. You just kind of got to get the job done. And that's kind of what I pride myself on as I've began this next step.
Yeah. Well, then I'm sure you can agree with this, and I'm sure you saw it as well. Tom Brady recently came out with some comments saying that guys from the younger generation of football are more in it for themselves rather than the team, and I'm sure a lot of that has to do with the sponsorships y'all can get, social media in general. But do you agree, or do you have different thoughts off what Tom Brady said?
Yeah, obviously Tom Brady has his own rights, his own opinion he can make. He's earned that. I'm not going to ever counter what Tom Brady says, but I obviously play football because it's a team sport. I love football for that reason. I think there's no other sport where you can get 11 guys in the huddle on offense or defense and go out and try to obtain a common goal. So I've always loved football for the team aspect of it. Obviously being a part of the offensive line, and I've always prided myself, and the group I've been with has been 5 as 1. We've always tried to play together. So I really enjoy the team aspect of football. That's who I am.
Hey, sports fans, if you want to see more conversations with athletes and stars, check out these videos right here and be sure to subscribe for more from USA Today Sports.